Miss Fields works at our front desk, but Miss Fields works the entire spectrum of our school. She is just incredible. What she does for kids is one of the most remarkable things that I've ever seen in my life. She gives monetarily, but she gives from her heart. Anything she has, she gives.
She always goes beyond her means. If it's a kid that needs a jacket, a kid that needs a backpack, a kid that needs money, she always goes beyond her means. It doesn't matter what it is.
You have to care about these kids. You have to care enough about these kids to not give up. You cannot give up. And you have to help them realize that that education is within their reach.
She has a big heart. That's it. She cares about everything. There's no in-between with her. It's all or nothing. And that's what she's always taught me and my brother. It's all or nothing. When
I interviewed her, I very rarely offer someone a job on the spot. And she walked out and it was just like, no, you need to go after this woman. I ran out in the parking lot and asked her to come back in. And I didn't know what she was going to be to us in time, but I knew that there was something very different about her. And whatever that difference was, I wanted to see what that was.
I don't give up on them. I just don't. I just keep pushing, keep chasing them down. I find those kids. Because a lot of the kids that I have reached will never go to college. So I stress to those kids, your high school diploma is the most important thing you will have ever own that's yours. Nobody can steal it from you. I probably say some things I shouldn't say, but it wakes them up a lot of times when I get on their level sometimes. And then when I see I've got them coming in, I keep them in. I don't let them get back out. In summer school, we had a student that he was not going to graduate, and he did not walk with his graduating class. So Dr. Kimmy worked it out where he could come to Kenwood Summer School. Well, she had told me that she would let me know when he was finished, and of course he was working on computer, and she came down the hall to where I was working in summer school, and this student was beside me, and when she said and called him by name that he was done, she said, "You're a graduate." And it was almost like we all had his little ceremony right there, without the cap, without the gown, but we had that ceremony. And I looked over, we were both crying. And he's a little hardcore kid, but to see him cry, happy that he got that diploma that just weeks before he lost sight of getting. I'll never stop helping these kids. And if that alone doesn't push somebody to get out there and give all these kids that sense of pride and that feeling of accomplishment in their education, I don't know what will. I had one 3 years, I want to say. I lose track of the kids. He was arrested. And I kept thinking, oh my God, he's supposed to graduate a year from now. And I said, oh gosh, I wonder, it was right here at exam time in May. And I just kept thinking, oh my God, if he's in jail a long time, he's not going to graduate next year. Well, of course, the student wasn't expecting me to show up. And when I showed up, the good thing about the jail, they had us at a table, something like the one we're at now. And I called the student by name. I said, this is now a classroom. I said, you didn't think I would be here. And of course, this young man, we did all of our work together. We did what we could there. But then when he came back to school, he was able to get on track. He graduated last year.
I can think of no less than 25 to 30 of those kids that Miss Fields has. She has literally gone to their neighborhoods and found them and gone to their house and bought them things. And without her, they would have never had a high school diploma. And I honestly believe that if you don't at least have a high school diploma, the chances of survival in our society today are just not very good.
And they've got to the point when I go to these neighborhoods, they kind of give me a nod like, oh, she's looking for somebody that's not in school kind of thing. So it's kind of good. But I do know, I'm not supposed to do that. But in my heart, I am supposed to do that. Because that's how much I care about not giving up on these children.
I think she is just looking to make a difference. And whether it's, getting on them or telling them that they've done a great job, she's going to do it. I mean, my brother and I both just hope that one day we can make such an impact on other students' lives that she's made.
As many students as they are in the building that you work in, if you just reach out to one, you've made a difference.